in the heart of London, at the beautiful Kensington College. Two girls shared a small hostel room. One was Emily Parker, bright, humble, and full of dreams. Her dad drove buses in East London, and she'd worked hard for every mark she'd ever earned. The other was Charlotte Hayes. She was rich, stylish, and confident. Her family owned a law firm in the city. She'd grown up with everything money could buy. But despite their different worlds, the two became best friends. They laughed together, shared clothes, helped each other study, and for a while, it really felt like they were sisters. But sometimes, even the strongest friendships break not because of hate, but because of jealousy. The new term started full of energy. Emily was at the top of her game, excellent grades, teachers praising her, and her name often mentioned in class. Charlotte loved her friend, but deep down, she started to feel invisible. She tried hard in her studies but couldn't catch up with Emily's results. Then came Oliver Bennett, a new student from Manchester. He was polite, charming, and genuinely nice. He joined their literature class, and soon, all three became good friends. At first, everything was fine. The three of them would sit together in lectures, share lunch breaks, and even walk back to the hostel after evening classes. But slowly, little things began to bother Charlotte. One day, during a group project presentation, Emily spoke confidently in front of the class. Her ideas were sharp, her delivery perfect. The room clapped, even the professor said, "Well done, Emily. That was outstanding." Charlotte noticed Oliver smiling proudly at Emily. That smile stayed in her head all day. Another time, at a college cafe near Hyde Park, Oliver asked Charlotte about an assignment. Before she could answer, Emily jumped in, explaining everything with ease. Oliver listened carefully, nodding in admiration. Charlotte laughed along, acting like everything was okay, but deep down, she felt like a stranger in her own friendship. Then, at the college cultural night, Emily sang on stage. Her voice was soft but beautiful. Oliver stood in the crowd, cheering, clapping louder than anyone else. Charlotte stood beside him, her heart sinking as she realized how he looked at Emily. From that moment, Charlotte started believing that Emily was intentionally trying to impress Oliver, always being perfect, always shining. And once that thought took root, it changed everything between them. One night, Charlotte sat on her bed watching Emily study. "You okay, Charlotte?" Emily asked kindly. Charlotte forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired." But inside, her thoughts were dark. She knows Oliver likes her. She's enjoying this. The more Charlotte thought about it, the more convinced she became that Emily was doing everything on purpose, stealing the attention, the praise, and the boy she liked. That night, Charlotte made up her mind she was going to make Emily pay. There was a big research essay coming up. It counted for half their term marks. Charlotte saw her chance. One morning while Emily was at class, Charlotte used the spare locker key Emily had once trusted her with. She took Emily's essay draft, copied it on her laptop, and submitted it under her own name 2 days before Emily did. When Emily finally submitted hers, the college system flagged it as a duplicate. That afternoon, Emily was called to the academic office. "Emily Parker," said the professor, "your essay is identical to another student's submission. Do you have anything to say for yourself?" Emily's voice shook. "Sir, that's my work. I wrote it myself." But all the evidence, timestamps, metadata, and submission order pointed against her. Charlotte stood at a distance, pretending to be shocked and sympathetic. The rumors spread through campus like wildfire. Oliver looked upset. "Emily cheated?" he asked Charlotte quietly. Charlotte looked down and said, "I don't want to believe it either." That was enough. Oliver stopped talking to Emily. Teachers lost trust in her. And Emily, who had done nothing wrong, sat alone in the cafeteria, eyes red, trying not to cry. That evening, she walked along the River Thames, tears falling silently, wondering why the world had turned against her. A few weeks later, Charlotte made a new friend, Sophie Turner, sweet, innocent, and always cheerful. One night at a small house party, Charlotte had too much to drink. As the music played softly, Charlotte looked at a boy, staring at him and giving him signals. Sophie said, "Don't try. He has already taken." Charlotte, few drinks down, looked at Sophie. "I always take what I want." Sophie laughed at her and said, "You are drunk." Charlotte, in a serious tone, "You think I am drunk? Look what I did to Emily." Sophie, What did you just said?" She leaned towards Sophie and whispered, laughing, "You know, everyone thinks Emily's perfect, but I showed them she's not. I copied her essay and let her take the blame. It was too easy." Sophie froze. "Wait, are you serious?" she asked, her face pale. Charlotte giggled. "She deserved it. Oliver should have liked me, not her. Emily always tried to show that she is smarter than me. I always take what is mine," she said, taking pride in what she did. Sophie went quiet. She didn't sleep that night. Sophie's father, Professor Turner, worked at the same college. For 2 days, Sophie struggled. Should she protect Charlotte's secret or tell the truth? Next morning, her father asked, "What's the matter? You look tense." Sophie could not say anything. Another day passed by. Finally, she couldn't keep it to herself. She went to her dad's office and told him everything. Professor Turner was shocked. He didn't act right away. He decided to check the facts first. He reviewed the system logs. the essay timestamps, and even the hostile CCTV footage. Everything matched Sophie's story. The next morning, he called Charlotte to his office. She arrived, smiling, thinking it was a normal meeting. "Charlotte," he said calmly, "we need to talk about your essay you submitted." When he showed her the proof, the files, the camera images, the timeline, her confidence vanished. Her voice trembled. "Sir, I didn't mean to ruin her life, but the damage was already done." The college cleared Emily's name immediately. Her teachers apologized. Her classmates showed empathy towards her. Charlotte was suspended. Her friends turned away. Emily didn't celebrate. She stayed quiet. A few days later, Charlotte found Emily sitting in the courtyard. "Emily, please, I'm so sorry," she cried. "I was jealous. I hated how perfect you seemed." Emily looked at her calmly and said, "Charlotte, I never wanted to take anything from you. You just couldn't see that. I'll forgive you one day, but not today. You need to learn what truth really means." Then Emily walked away. Months later, Emily rebuilt her life. Her teachers respected her again. Oliver apologized, and though they never became a couple, they became good friends. Charlotte came back after her suspension, quieter, humbler, and carrying the weight of her mistake. Time passed. Everoni passed out from college, but Emily never spoke to Charlotte ever again. Charlotte repenting her mistake every day, thinking that what a wonderful friend she has lost. Sometimes life teaches us lessons in the hardest way. Jealousy and lies may win for a moment, but truth always wins in the end. If this story touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us to stay honest, kind, and real, no matter what.